afternoon, whatever time you're watching. I hope you're well, and I'm just so excited to be here flowing with you today. We have a flow class, and it's all about being present in our bodies and right in the now, so I hope you enjoy. All you're going to need for class is, if you have a water bottle, that's great, or a yoga block, or even a high cushion, and just placing it at the top of the mat. So you might want to pause me for that. But yeah, we're going to get started, and we're going to get started straight away flowing with the breath. So we're going to come onto our hands and knees, hands on our shoulders, and bringing our knees and our feet together. A little bit different today. Spread the fingers wide as if you have them in your gloves. And let's take a big inhale, sink the belly to the floor, lift the tailbone, breathing in. And as we exhale, let's round the spine, curl up and look towards the belly. This time, take a big inhale and see if you can lift the toes towards the butt. And as you exhale, you round up through the upper back. So big inhale, sink the belly to the earth, feet lift towards the back of the body. Exhale, let's curl up. Start to flow with the rhythm of your breath. Maybe close the eyes. And start just do the one last one here. Allowing every breath to elongate with your movement. And from here, coming to flat back, taking our knees to hip distance, tucking the toes and sliding the hips up and back for downward facing dog. So your hands are somewhat shoulder width. The feet are hip width, and allow your knees to soften and press your butt back. Allow the shoulders to roll away from the ears. And then lift onto the tippy toes as high as you can. And then just bend your right knee and stretch and straighten the left heel towards the floor. Holding it there, following the breath right up to the top, right down to the bottom. And then we'll just switch. Just finding your normal downward dog. And then from here, we're going to look towards the feet and walk the hands back to a standing fold forward. So this is the first one today. It might feel a little bit tight, so you might want to bend your knees a little more. Relax the crown of your head. And hands can rest on the legs if you like, or you might want to cup them with me in ragdoll, opposite hand, cups opposite elbow. And again, bend the knees a little more if you need to. So today is all about being present. So we want to distract the mind from thoughts or overthinking, and really come and bring some focus just into what we're doing right now. And I promise you, we're going to be busy. You won't have time to think. And we'll take a big inhale to lift our arms, rise up and overhead. Exhale, hands flow through the midline and walk to the top of the mat so that your feet come together. Big toes touch. And we're going to flow. So take a big inhale, follow the breath. Exhale, soften the knees, fold forward through the midline of the body, relaxing your head. Inhale to find your flat back, hands to legs or floor, or whatever works for you. And exhale, fold forward. From here, step back into your plank pose. So one foot and then the other. Holding in your plank, shoulders over wrists. Breathing. And if you might want to rock a little or push back a little, whatever works for you. And we'll lower to the knees for this first one. Bend the elbows, chest chin lowers. Finding your cobra. Upper belly lifts, chest lifts. And as you exhale, let's tuck the toes, slide the hips back in space, downward facing dog. Breathing here. Shoulders spread away from one another. Join the big toes to touch. And from here, left leg lifts to three-legged dog. Bend the knee, open the hip. Press down through the right heel, so you feel that length through the back of the leg, and lift the knee as high as you can. Eye gaze forward. See if we can drive that right knee forward now towards the thumbs, shoulders over wrists. See if you can step the foot through. Well done. So you're in a runner's lunge here. Just make sure your feet are hip width. And now push your back heel down into the floor, front knee over ankle, rise up Virabhadrasana 1. Hands onto your ribcage and turn them towards the front so that we are facing towards the top of the mat. Palms touch if you like. Take a big breath in. Exhale, just push into the outer edge of the back foot. One more breath. And as we exhale, reaching for the floor, lunge and then downward facing dog. You can stay here or roll through your vinyasa, roll into plank. Knees or toes bend the elbows. Up dog if you like. Slide the hips forward. If you can, knees and thighs off the floor, you might look up. Exhale, tuck the toes, slide the hips back in space, down dog. Take a big inhale. Exhale, open the eyes, stick the thumb out. Well done. Join your big toes to touch. Look forward. Mindfully walk up to the top. Plant your feet as you walk. Coming to fold. Relax the head. Inhale for a flat back. Exhale to fold. Inhale to rise, come all the way up, follow the breath. Exhale, hands through the midline. Same sequence, big inhale, arms lift. Exhale, follow the breath, fold forward. Inhale, flat back. Lift and lengthen. Exhale, fold. Find your plank pose, lunge, step back. Hold in plank, breathing here. Draw the navel in, shoulders over wrists. Exhale, lower down, knees or toes. Up dog, inhale. Exhale, slide the hips back in space, down dog. You're doing so good. Bring the toes to touch. Right leg lifts, high into the air, three-legged dog. Bend the knee, open the hip. Lift the knee high, square the shoulders to the earth. Lift with the ball of the left toes, look forward, drive your knee forward. Step your foot through. Back heel down, rise up, warrior one. Now I always like to move my back foot out a little bit wider to the left side to give my hips space to turn towards the front. Palms touch, lift, you might look up. Take a big breath in. Exhale, reaching for the floor, finding your lunge. Downward facing dog. Now you can stay here or flow through your vinyasa, roll into plank. Eye gaze forward, exhale lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, down dog. Well done. Big inhale. Lion's breath. And well done to you for being a good sport and doing that even if it doesn't feel very comfortable. Bring your toes to touch. And then eye gaze forward, walk up. Plant the feet mindfully. Fold forward. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise. Exhale. change the sequence a little. Inhale, arms lift. Exhale, follow the breath all the way down. So really think about following the breath. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Plank pose. Think of your elbow creases smiling at one another, turning inwards. Breathing here. Lowering down, whatever way suits you. Up dog or cobra. Squeeze the butt. Exhale, down dog. Well done. Join the big toes to touch. Left leg lifts, three-legged dog. Bend the knee, open the hip. Think of shoulders squaring to the floor. Deepen your breath. Lift onto the ball of the right foot. Look forward, drive the knee forward. See if you can step the foot through. And don't worry if you can't, just get there when you can. Back heel down, line up front foot with the arch of the back. Virabhadrasana 2 or Warrior 2. Front knee over ankle, shoulders over hips, and roll that thigh back on the right hand side. Take a big inhale, sink into the legs. You might close the eyes. Find side angle, reach elbow to thigh, top arm lifts. Maybe you go for the ankle. Roll that top shoulder back. Breathing deep. Now look down. See if you can reach your hand to the outer edge of the back foot, so the baby toe side. Top arm lifts, or this is where your water bottle is going to come in at arm's length. Take your back foot in to meet the front one, either water bottle or floor, and engage the belly and lift the back leg, if you can, towards the hip. So floating half moon. We're trying to open the body towards the side. Breathing here. Don't worry about how high I am lifting. You go whatever works for you. You've got time to practice, right? And as you exhale, you're going to turn the hip to the floor, square the shoulders, and then drop back into the lunge. Downward dog. Stay here or roll through your vinyasa. I bet you haven't been thinking about any thoughts right now, right? You've been just thinking about, how is she expecting me to hold this? And that is the beauty of balance and breath. It's all you have time to focus on. Join the big toes. Take that big inhale first. Lion. And walk up. Inhale, rise. Exhale. Last side, inhale. Exhale, follow all the way to the bottom. Inhale for a flat back. Exhale. Plank pose. Do you want to sit this one out? Do a downward dog. Follow the breath. Inhale in up dog. Exhale in downward dog. Well done. Breathe here. Join the big toes. Right leg lifts. Three-legged dog. Bend the knee. Open the hip. Think about stacking the knee and the hip. Lift the knee a little higher if you can. You know you want to. Gaze to look forward. Lift into the ball of the left foot. Drive the knee. Warrior 2. Line up. Heel to arch. Rise up. I'm going away from you. Breathe. Front knee over ankle. Push into the back foot and sink down into the legs. Strong and powerful warrior. See if you can sink a little lower. And then inhale, reaching side angle, elbow to thigh, top arm lifts, or maybe reaching to ankle. See if you can create those two lines between the top arm and the back foot. And then floating half moon, open the top arm. Hand towards the baby toe side or your water bottle. Shift the back foot in to meet the front one. Arms length, and lift the back foot. Breathing here, well done. If you really want more of a challenge, you're going to turn your head to look up to your arm. And I'm here with you wobbling away. And then from here, just bring your fingertips of the top hand down, roll the hip down, and spine the lunge. Well done. Breathe. Downward facing dog. Whew. Building some serious heat now. Roll your vinyasa. Inhale. Exhale. Join the big toes. Lion. Walk up. Inhale for flat back, any way you like. Exhale. Inhale to rise. Exhale, thumbs towards the heart. Take a moment here to notice your breath. Notice how your body feels. And notice how powerful your body is. How you can distract your mind and your thoughts with the power of your breath. Anytime you feel it's just too much thoughts, too much overthinking, try a little bit of breath with some movement. Take a big inhale, arms lift. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale for flat back. Exhale to fold. Stepping back for your plank. And stepping back, pushing back even for your downward dog. Breathing here, eyes to belly. Stay here or roll through your vinyasa once more. Shoulders shift forward a little as you lower. Up dog, inhale. Exhale. Big inhale. Lion's breath. And drive one knee forward, or whatever way you want to come to sit, or maybe hop in and find a seat. Well done. We're going to finish with a little bit of core work, because I always find with core work, I have no time to think about anything else. So you're definitely present. So let's roll back. We're going to bring our feet to hip width, pressing our lower back to the floor, engage our belly. Interlace the fingers, hands come behind the head, and we'll bring the elbows out nice and wide. As you take your inhale, bring the elbows in, lifting the shoulders away from the floor. And as you exhale, we're going to open the arms, release the head. So inhale, elbows come in, shoulders lift if you can, shoulder blades lift. Exhale, open and release. Inhale, curl up. Exhale, open and release. Chin tucks, eyes to your thighs. just to keep your neck safe. So try as much as you can not to lift the eyes to ceiling. We'll try 3 more. Inhale. Push ribs to hips. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. The last one. Inhale. Exhale. From here, we'll open our arms wide, take our feet to mat distance, and drop our knees to the left hand side and turn our eyes to the right hand side, if we can, if the neck feels okay. And then we'll just switch, other side. And as we come in, you can finish hugging your knees in, or happy baby, holding the ankles, legs, or outsides of feet. And just allow the knees to open up. Press the tailbone down. It's been a while, this one, I think, because we've been doing some yin. Soften the facial muscles. Really allow your tailbone to relax towards the earth. And then very gently bring the feet together, the knees in, and just give yourself a little hug. And we'll allow our feet to come to the floor and our legs to extend out in front of us. Finding Shavasana. The legs can be hip width and allow the feet to roll out to the sides. Hands resting on the belly or away from the sides of your body. And we'll just take a moment here to breathe. Notice how your body feels compared to the beginning of the class. Notice your thoughts, how you're feeling physically, emotionally, and energetically as well. And if you'd like to join me, placing one hand on the belly, we'll take a big inhale, feeling the belly lift, the ribcage expand. And as we exhale, we'll allow the belly to gently fall. Big inhale, follow the breath right up to the top. Exhale, gently fall. And this is your wave breath. Belly in the breath like a wave. Notice the expansion of the ribs. And then start to deepen the breath even more. You might wriggle the fingers a little with the toes. You might turn your head. Or decide you need a stretch. Maybe hug your knees in, release your back. And when it feels good, you can roll to the side. Just pause for a moment, rest the head on your hand. And then come to find a seat when you're ready. Crossing through the legs. Hands resting on the knees or thumb index finger together. Just notice the stillness in the space. Spine is long, crown of head lifting up. Feel the power in being present. The power of moving away from distraction. And that power is in you. It's inside of all of us. Take a couple more breaths to yourself. We'll rub our hands together, create some heat, some fire. And once they're warm, just place them over your heart. Bringing in that feeling of being present into the rest of your day or your week. Allowing yourself that time to just be in the now. And you owe yourself that experience. You bring the thumbs to the forehead, a sign of peace to one another. To the lips for gratitude and to the heart for love. Take a nice big smile before we bow together. Namaste. Give yourselves a clap. Well done, guys. Thank you so much for joining me today for Be Present. I hope that it helped you be present as much as it helps me. But yeah, and just really try and bring that into the rest of your day and the rest of your week, because it's so important, especially at this time when we have all these thoughts and everything is, we're overthinking, and you can delve into creating stories that were never even there before. And it all comes back to just being in the now, being present in yourself and in the space. So I really hope that came across today, and I really hope that you'll be able to continue as much as kind of possible to be in the now. But I really hope again you enjoyed, and I will see you Monday for sweat. Woohoo! And I will see you on Friday for yoga with Aoife. Could be yin, could be flow, who knows? My ideas just pop in every now and then, so we'll see. But I'm sending lots and lots of love to you today. Any questions, anything you need, just pop me a message, Instagram or Facebook. Yeah, and have a good day. Bye bye. See you.